Hello, and welcome back to the 4 a.m. report. We're continuing on our episode arc where we're focusing on some of the key themes this year, like some of the things that we were super thirsty for, stuff that came up over and over again in our news coverage, sort of like our segment that we do when we look at the headlines of the week and what's making it on the marketing front. So today I want to talk about some phenomenon, like during the year on the sort of communication and marketing front, a number of things really became big, like they became a phenomenon or movements. People talk about movements and how inciting a movement is one of the most definitive ways in which to build an audience. And yes, it is. However, inciting a movement is not the easiest thing. So a couple of movements worthy of mention, even though this was not the winning category of our Thirst Awards, where we had judges in the industry pick out the best of the best, was Free Britney. So the Free Britney movement was created by her fans. It was a hashtag. It started to spread. And, the whole idea of her being under the conservatorship of her father. And it actually got enough steam that Britney won that case, and she's no longer sort of like under the forcible control of her dad. So that was, I think, worthy of mention. That said, the actual phenomenon, though it's not new, the phenomenon that won was TikTok. TikTok really ruled the pandemic. And I think in 2021, it became mainstream and more people than creators started to find it. So businesses started to find it. Other organizations started to find it. And I think TikTok is really worth paying attention to. So you're about to listen to some clips that we've curated from the gala, the Thirst Awards. So have a listen to what some of the industry leaders have to say about this category. Some of the trends that ruled were feta pasta. Hands up if anyone remembers that. It was when grocery stores sort of ran out of the ingredients to make that pasta because it was such a big viral trend. True crime became a really big deal with people listening to more and more of that and applying it to sort of like real life active incidents. TikTok was big. How does this break down to your business, you might ask? And I have a couple of key things that you want to note. Number one, do not dismiss it because of the most obvious things. You want to think beyond dancing. TikTok is not just for dancers. So, I don't want to dance in front of a camera, Susan. Why are you telling me to do that? Don't make me. Well, you don't have to do that. I think there are many other ways in which you can go to TikTok. You'd see more and more people sort of using text and slideshows, and really the idea of putting together like a slightly more entertaining version of the videos that you do. Think about behind the scenes. There are ways in which to bring that in. And the second thing to think about is the music. Like many of us can get with music, and there's some music out there that we all like. And I think TikTok trends and reels as well, if you want to go the Instagram direction, they do tend to rely heavily on some type of trending music. So think about what your genre is, like pick a space for yourself. And then if you find those pieces of music and figure out a way to get video together, like TikTok could be a lot easier. So those are my 2 points. Like, don't be thrown off by not knowing how to dance. Think about slideshows, and 2, like really think about music. And then it's easier to jump on the trends and make TikTok work for you. So you're about to listen to some clips on the subject. Enjoy.
Welcome to the 4 a.m. report. Let's face it, we all have to market. Large or little, it's harder than ever to stand out in a cluttered space of one-size-fits-all and copycat marketing moves. Welcome to the 4 a.m. report, a micro-podcast that brings you valuable conversations with people on the marketing dilemmas keeping them up at night. Here are your hosts, contrarian marketers and creative clutter cutters, Susan Diaz and Will Lamont.
The phenomenon or movement of 2021. Again, a lot of idle time. So a lot of things that would be sort of a passing moment in the before times really sort of escalated into a movement or moment to remember. So what do you think, Martin?
I think a lot of digital moments, right? Because we weren't able to get out very much certainly in the first part of 2020. We can start to hopefully go out more now that we're all vaccinated and things like that. We have to be careful, but a lot of digital, and hype really about things that captured our attention. Now the question is, are they going to be able to sustain themselves as we go ahead?
Absolutely.
Lots of great nominees on their TikTok, which certainly was a sensation. That's for sure.
So this is TikTok trend of 2021. Are you a big TikToker?
I will admit, yes, I both dabble in it professionally and personally. So but I do love the fact that they self-professed. They didn't wait for Apple to create it, but they self-professed that they know they're so addictive that they actually have a health monitoring device within the app that says if you are watching and viewing for more than an hour, we will warn you, which I think is such a cool, confident admittance that they are awesome.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of TikTok, except that it appears on my Twitter a lot or in my social media things.
Yeah.
And I think that I can safely say I'm addicted to all the animal TikToks. Mm-hmm. I think that is like the pleasure thing I have in my day is all the animal TikToks.
Yeah. So, okay, random fact for you of the day, Canadian news-wise, Joshua Bloom was the first employee of MySpace Canada, the first employee of Facebook Canada, and then the first employee of TikTok Canada.
Wow.
And I was asking him this question. I said, why has TikTok done so well? Because he's been there for all the social channels and seen them all. And he said it was the minute that they said, you have to have the audio on. And so you experience TikTok like an entertainment system, whereas all the rest, like Instagram, Twitter, you scroll through it. Whereas TikTok, it is like watching TV. And it's so true because you want the audio on, you want the multi-sensory experience, and thus it becomes even more addictive and way more interesting.
I can tell you that my ADD friends are having a problem with TikTok.
Yeah.
They literally will say to me, woo, got to get off the TikTok. So It's perfect for ADD personalities.
Yeah. Well, let's find out what the three potential winners were, what the three trends were. Here we go. Wow. All so good.
Yeah.
All amazing. And there's new trends coming almost every day, every week. There's more and more trends coming, whether it's the, making a food, pouring sauce on it, and then doing the dance right after, whatever the latest trend of the week is. But this last year's winner, drum roll please, was feta pasta. Congratulations to feta. Congratulations to pasta. Both of you make sure have a great time at the after party because you're both going to have a great time together because together you are a good pair and have lots to celebrate.
I love it.
So good. It was so good.
Do we have to do a hands up and see who actually tried the feta pasta bake? I did. Who else? Anyone else?
I'm going to.
Just Susan and I. What do you think, Susan? Did you actually like how it tasted?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither. I was kind of
I was underwhelmed. Maybe I expected too much from it. But that said, I tried it, and I know a bunch of my friends did. So, there's a little statement for where we get our influences from these days, right? As we decide what we do with our free time. Mohit, any thoughts on the categories?
The discussions have been so awesome around the categories that I've been picking up points, and I almost feel like we're having a huddle rather than presenting awards. The health monitor on TikTok, from what I've learned, is a direct result of the fact that in China, they've got a very popular TikTok competitor called Douyin, and Douyin has introduced that as part of their newer ways to actually crack down on children scrolling to the infinite scroll, etc. And TikTok has mirrored some of the features that they've had there to control some of that from what I've learned. But that's just a little tidbit that I wanted to share as a result.
I'm a recent convert to TikTok, and it is completely addictive. What I'm fascinated with TikTok is how accurate the algorithm is. Like, I'm on all the social platforms, and TikTok knows exactly what I want to see in a very scary, like, I am quite concerned about it. Like, how much information are they able to get from us that they're able to so accurately produce what it is that you want to see? Anyway.
So true.
Will, do you want to talk about the Astro World videos that were surfacing that we were talking about?
No, it's true. As soon as you watch one thing, and you could actually spend too long on one video that you're like, I never want to see this again, but too late. You stayed too long on that one video, and now you're going to see it over and over again. And for anyone out there who is making TikToks, I spoke to someone actually who works at TikTok, and I asked her for one tip for getting more views. And maybe this was obvious to everyone, it wasn't to me, but she was like, create in the actual TikTok app, right? So creating the video outside and then uploading it, you're going to get a lot less views than if you create in it. Although for me, I still haven't figured out how to do what I want to do. Creating within the app, I'm very much a create then upload. Anyway, so there's a tip. You want more views, create in the app itself. Makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Martin, are you a TikToker?
No, and I'll tell you why I'm not, because I'm scared of them. I'm scared of the algorithm. I really am. And I'm scared of where the data is and how much they know. And, to your point, Will, about TikTok saying, hey, create in the app. That's what Facebook said about videos. Hey, don't just share your video from YouTube, just upload them to Facebook. In other words, they get all that data. I mean, it's super entertaining. Whenever I go there, I am completely addicted. It's funny. I used to love Snapchat. I still like Snapchat a lot, but I don't use it very much because none of my friends are on it. If you look at the Snap map, I see there's me in Toronto, and I have to go all the way around the world to find 2 or 3 other people. That's a pretty lonely world there. But I think, in the way that Snapchat is a very innovative platform. And kudos to them for not selling out, having a bit of a rough ride, but really leading the pack in augmented realities. TikTok's doing the same kind of thing. They're really the 2 super innovative companies that the older Silicon Valley behemoths, if I can call them that, are copying a lot. And, it's that kind of innovation is great, but, where is the rest of the innovation coming from? And why can't we see more of that? Partially because the big companies are so big and they choke it out or buy them. Sorry, that's a down note for a celebration. I don't mean that. Yay, TikTok. It's great.
Very gala right there, Martin.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're losing sleep over a marketing-related problem, let us know. Drop us a line at cp.digital. Sweet dreams. Well, hopefully.